Welcome back to Let's Play Plants vs. Zombies. I'm Nye, and Trance is going down the games I have. While swimming.
That sounded disturbingly Murloc-like.
You have no idea how much I've practiced that.
Yes, I will buy a 7th seed. Okay, so now we can have 7 plants instead of 6.
Ooh.
Which is convenient, because it's exactly what I want right now. Funnily enough, that is timed exactly for this level, too.
What the hell?
What?
Oh, the video just exploded for a second. It's fixed, it's fine.
So the big deal about this level is that there's more graves than usual, and you're expected to use the Grave Buster on them. And there's actually incentive to do so. If you use the Grave Buster, you actually will get money off of, I believe, every single grave that you bust. So it's worth it.
But isn't it if you bust all the graves, more start growing back?
I don't think so.
Nope.
Though there are events specifically coded to make more graves grow.
Huh. I always thought it was when you busted them all, because it always lined up like that. For me, at least.
I don't think so.
No, it's just sometimes, eventually, there are things that just make more happen, and if you're not paying attention, it can happen at the worst possible time.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But you want to bust graves mostly so you can actually put stuff down where you want to put them down. Continue getting these shrooms down. Excellent. But yeah, we're just making our way casual-like. That's the thing about this game. This game is totally just a very casual gameplay experience.
Yeah. It's a very chill experience. Very relaxing.
And it's not even the most relaxing of the game modes.
I don't know.
By the way, viewers, around the time you were watching this, it should have been enough time to have passed. Not only has fairly recently Tron 2.0 been released on Steam for the very reasonable price of a tenner, or isn't it only even $8? I think it might be only 8. Regardless, the Tron 2.0 patch killer app mod should be updated to 1.1a or maybe even 1.2. Do yourself a favor, if you are all like first-person shooters, pick it up. It's worth it.
And this is Trance being paid by Disney to advertise.
No, I wish. I just love the fucking game. Pardon my language.
I will actually, for once, back Trance up on this. It was a fantastic game. If you want, like, a name to work yourself up with, it was done by Monolith. You know, the same guys who did No One Lives Forever? Yeah, those guys.
Nolf. So good. But a more well-known name. This is one that is more likely to be recognized. They're also responsible for Shogo, Mobile Armor Division.
That is going to be more recognized?
Yeah, surprisingly, Shogo is a lot more well-known than the Nolf games.
News to me, but...
Yeah, I'm sitting here going, no? I don't think so.
It's true. They're both amazing things. Everyone should play all of the things that have been said. And you can get Shogo on GOG.com. No One Lives Forever, though. No one knows.
Actually, no. That their rights have actually been cleared up now.
Oh?
Yeah. Please don't ask me for a specific name because I don't have the article in front of me. But it did eventually get cleaned up. It took a while. But someone made a claim, and whoever was supposed to come over, like whoever had it, never. Actually,
yeah, I did hear about that.
Yeah, someone made a claim to reclaim the license, and whoever had it did not come forward, so it defaulted to the person who made the claim.
They didn't come forward in time?
Yeah.
Nice.
So word on the
forth that claim. They're the same ones who got System Shock 2 explicitly to re-release it.
Yeah, word on the street is that, like, the word on the street is they're working on some porting issues, and then hopefully they might have it out on some service by, like, the end of the year.
Oh, that would make me the happiest man. Viewers, for those of you who don't know what Nulf is, picture, if you will, GoldenEye on the N64, right? Now, make it better in every way, written by the team from Monty Python, or Minty Python if that's your flavor of choice, and starring Samus Aran.
It is also, like, its sequel is also, like, the only game where you can look at it, where you can have a word with a Scotsman who will say to you, hop on, I'll drive, you shoot, and point at a tricycle.
Yup. You're shooting a midget mime on a unicycle. And don't forget the scene where you have a sword fight with a ninja in a tornado. I don't mean there's a tornado coming. I mean you're in the tornado, flying about.
Mm-hmm. Along with all, the standard Q Division gadgetry that you would expect from a spy game.
It's quite possibly the finest spy game ever made, and I've played GoldenEye.
Also set in, the swinging 60s, a la
the swinging 60s.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, nobody who's watching these videos is going to know what we're talking about, so think Austin Powers age.
Yeah,
I was Austin Powers is probably the likely
Powers had
thing.
a much better writer. That's one way I've heard it put as well.
But yeah,
like
it's...
Austin Powers, but actually funny.
Yeah, I liked Austin Powers.
So did I.
I did too.
But yeah, from what I understand...
a lot of the jokes are painful, but some of the scenes are really good.
Yeah, but as I said, to recap, yeah, from what I understand, the rights have been sorted out. It's just a matter of, fixing it now, because it is old, and it won't run on a lot of the modern systems because it was made at that time.
There's a lot of games I'd like to see them rework.
They've done a great job reworking and releasing a lot of older stuff now. Like, I have never played it, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. It just came out on Steam, relative to when we're recording this at least. Oh shoot, what is it? Darklands, one of the original old RPGs.
I've been thinking about picking that up. How is it?
I haven't picked it up either. I've just heard good things about it. It's one of
just
the old...
like hunting squirbows.
It looks really cool.
Like those furry little rodents that dig holes in your lawn? Yeah, just like that. But instead of squirbows, it's zombies. Instead of a shovel, it's a mallet. Instead of me, it's you! Okay, continue. This is a much more active version of the game.
There's really not much we can say about this.
Nope.
Which is why we're talking about other random crap.
Trans, I think this is the one you're thinking of where if you get rid of all of the graves, it makes more.
This is the one.
But if you get rid of graves, it gives you money, so it's worth it. That said, apparently if you get rid of zombies, it gives you money.
Another game that's really quite good, if you like old school stuff, Stone Keep.
Oh, I remember Stone Keep fondly.
Yeah. I've got to find a good Let's Play of that. Like, I know Kikaskia has one, and it's really, really good, but the sound balance is really, really bad. It's one of his oldest ones, so he didn't quite have it down pat, so... if you can hear him, the game noise will blow your ears out your ass.
Do you commonly have this problem with your ears?
Well, ever since the incident...
This may be something to talk to your doctor about.
There's nothing they can do. It's terminal. Or possibly, what's that thing that's like a terminal, but it's not, and it's only in Linux?
My head hurts now.
Anyway, on the subject of other amazing and older games, there's this one RPG that not a lot of people, I think, know about. It's called Septerra Core.
Oh
god, I know that one.
I was actually considering Let's Playing it at some point.
If you Let's Play
eventually.
that, I want in. It is one of my favorite games of all time. It's so good.
The easiest way to describe it in like one sentence to people who don't know is
It's Final Fantasy VII.
I would say it's more like sci-fi Chrono Trigger.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
It's sci-fi
For the
Chrono
PC.
Trigger, and that's fucking amazing. One of the first characters you get is Dog. Dog? Is he called Dog? I can't remember.
That's Dog, yeah.
Okay, so he's a robot dog.
You mean
He's
like the
also
character
partly
Dog
evil.
from...
Yes, kind of. And he even looks a little
he's the size. Except he's the size of a thoroughbred racehorse.
Yeah. Oh, and he barks.
So is Dog.
fucking beam lasers.
That's something Dog doesn't do, but,
So I think this dog is better because he steals from shops and
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Dog barked beam lasers.
steals from shops, shoots charged particle gun. What's not to
I
love?
steal from shops, too. It's not like a big thing in an RPG.
Yeah, but you're not a giant robot dog. I like to think he's not even being sneaky about it. He just walks over, grabs the thing. The shopkeeper's like, "Hey, wow, your mouth is glowing ominously. Take it, it's a gift."
Ominous hum?
Ominous hum.
By the way,
Gitmo
speaking...
Dog makes a steadily increasing in pitch and volume whining sound whilst glowing from any orifice. Run.
So speaking of making webcomic references, so how about the fact that one of the biggest webcomics of all time has finally updated after a year of absence?
So the rumors are true?
Homestuck is updating.
Holy shit.
Oh, I was thinking VG Cats.
No. Homestuck finally updated. I only just happened to see that he was about to do it. I think he did 16 pages in one day. Just to start catching up.
Also, sorry for the sudden jump of conversation here. Wasn't Monolith also the team behind Giant Citizen Kabuto?
I think they might have been. Hang on, let me do a look up. I've got my hands free.
That sounds ominous.
My.
I know, that's what I'm concerned about.
Let's see.
For
Monolith
anybody
software.
curious, Hypno Shroom, if a zombie eats it, they suddenly become on my team and they go and eat their friends.
That's one of my favorite things.
You just like doing it to the Michael Jackson zombies.
Let's see.
So Monolith Productions is the name we wanted. Monolith
Yeah.
Software was the one who did Xenosaga.
Yeah.
Which is kind of amazing.
Okay, let's
Including
see.
Xenoblade
That's another
Chronicles.
thing that I really want to Let's Play.
Oh, hey,
I
didn't
just
know
don't
did
have
that.
a million years on my side.
Okay, they are responsible for No One Lives Forever, Septerra Core, Shogo.
Wait, really?
They did.
Yep.
They did
Yeah.
Septericore too?
Uh-huh.
Yep, they did Blood, both of them.
Wow.
They did my favorite Gauntlet clone nobody knows, Get Medieval.
They were responsible for Gorky
They also did, both of the Condemned games.
and Tron 2.0, which
Tron
is just-
2.0. They did Fear and Fear 2. They did Middle Earth. Wow.
yeah,
They did Shadow of Mordor. I forgot about that.
yeah. They're really good.
Well, hang on.
Well, are they publishers or developers? I'm kind of
No,
curious.
they published
Okay.
Septerra Core, but they didn't make it.
Because
But the
I'm
rest of them
listening.
they did.
I'm listening to the list you're naming and going, no.
No, they published Septerra Core, but they didn't actually develop it.
This
Septerra
is
Core was
bad.
developed by somewhere called Valkyrie Studios, but I don't think they ever actually made anything else.
So
They
I made a
only
mistake.
made Septericore. That's it.
Hmm.
But the guy who coded it has been working with the fan community to do patches and whatnot.
Let's see. What else did they do? Yeah, so they've got a long and storied history of very good games.
The dog's name was Runner.
Runner, that was the name.
Okay, sorry, it's not Dog. It's not as good. Sorry.
Hush you.
Twice as good.
I don't know. Being named Dog is kind of the best thing.
What else is obscure as hell but really good? Omicron Nomad Soul I keep needing to play through.
God, I love that game, but nobody remembers it, and its control scheme nowadays is awkward as hell.
I really like Enslaved Odyssey to the West, and no one seems to have played it.
I have.
And yet everyone recommends it.
Which is really odd, because when it first came out, it was panned.
Rune
Like,
Classic
universally.
is quite nice.
Which one?
Rune?
Oh, the Viking third-person kind of action-adventure thing?
Mm-hmm.
I only remembered that one I knew about it, but I only remembered it because that popped up on one of my YouTube feeds quite recently, so...
It's Viking Skyrim. Blade of Darkness is amazing. It's like Dark Souls before Dark Souls.
Wait, isn't
but even Dark
Skyrim
Souls
Viking
here.
Skyrim?
It's Skyrim-ier Skyrim, less dragons, more Nords.
And less RPG as well.
Yeah, and Blade of Darkness is
Okay,
Dark Souls, but
I know I'm going to get criticized for this. How do you get less RPG than Skyrim? Skyrim's almost an action
move
game.
the leveling up.
Yeah, there's no leveling up, there's just...
There almost isn't leveling up in Skyrim.
No, I'm
There's
going to
quite
dispute with
clearly
you on
leveling
that
up.
one.
Unless you mod it out. But
I will
don't know,
dispute
it's-
with you on that one.
one thing I will say
just
that
don't
you
like
could do
Skyrim that
in
much.
Blade of Darkness that I kind of wish you could do in Skyrim. Alright, so guy's swinging his sword at you. What do you do? What do? You
I
chop
punch him.
his fucking arm off, grab it, and start bit-slapping him with it.
That's a pretty good option, too.
Yeah. If counterattack by disarming your foe in the most literal and painful sense, and then beating him to death with his freshly disarmed arm is an option, it's always the right option.
I mean, I'm not sure about always, but...
Always. Let's see, what else is amazing here?
No, I mean, Mako, compare Skyrim leveling up to Morrowind or Oblivion leveling up. You don't really level up in Skyrim.
Yes, you really do.
I will dispute you. There is more leveling up there than there. We're getting away from the point anyway.
Another obscure little game, treasure adventure game.
Oh God, they're
Such
doing
a
a remake
nice-
of that.
So I've heard it's quite good too.
You know what I remember, but very few people do. Starship Titanic.
How
Yeah.
can you not remember a Douglas Adams game?
That was great.
Yeah, it's because a lot of people never played it. It's a sad thing.
There's one game that
Well,
I
it
would
it
love
came
to
out
see.
at, what, the end of the Sierra timeline? Like,
Pretty
Point
much,
and Click
yeah.
was not doing well at that time.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, really.
There's this one obscure RPG.
I mean,
I would
Mako,
love
if
to
you go back
stand
and
up.
watch, like, King's Quest, you'll understand exactly why the point and click kind of went away.
And then it came back with a vengeance.
Yes, but King's Quest isn't part of it. That's kind of why.
Well, I played the last.
Have you ever heard of or even heard of a little game called Albion?
Yes.
Heard
yes. I love the hell out of Albion. More people need
Yeah.
to have played it.
It's great. Viewers, I don't think it works on modern PCs, and
It does with a little coaxing. The problem is getting your hands on a copy of it.
I think it's still available on Abandonia. Or does that site even still exist?
I was going to say, Albion in a nutshell, you are a human on a spaceship that's basically come to mark out a planet for mining for valuable deposits, and you know you're set to make the final pass and make some adjustments because you know this nice uninhabited planet with lots of mining, except that you crash land on the planet due to an incident with your ship and find out that the planet is neither barren nor uninhabited.
Naturally.
And so the vast majority of the game is spent learning about the culture on this planet and trying to get back to your ship before they drop the mining drills that will crack the planet apart.
And
And
also
murder.
finding intrigue
And then lets the
curiosity.
necromorphs out, and...
Yeah, no, not quite. And there's
Close?
a bunch of different.
It does at least the Scottish.
It also has, you know, it's one of those games that has, you know, the first person dungeon exploration, all that. It's quite good. It's not fantastic. It's also balls hard. as was the
I
style
think,
today.
the best way to enjoy a game of Albion is to go to youtube.com/user/KIKOSKI and find his playlist of it.
There's an A in there at the end.
You're right.
There's also one of the only ways to really survive in Albion is to cheese a particular thing near the early part of the game because of the way it works. There's a character who can give you a nearly unlimited number of healing potions, and you will need them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think what
Such
else.
a good game.
Other titles. Yeah, there's a lot of old PC, and that's the thing. Like, nostalgia has always been big, but it seems to be coming up, and a lot of companies have learned about use nostalgia to your advantage. You're going to want to get rid of that.
Yeah, but some of them don't seem to realize the point of nostalgia, though.
Is that the games are really fucking good, and nowadays there's less focus on make the game good and more on make it pretty?
I was going to say, why are you getting rid of the one that's all the way at the right instead of the one that's in the middle of your line on the bottom there?
Because the ones that are all the way at the right are the ones that are bothering me.
I will say, I've got one really good example of make the game right versus make the game pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Tron 2.0 versus the Tron game that came out with the new movie.
Oh, Tron,
Tron, it's crappy and don't play it ya.
Yeah,
that one.
It has its moments, but it's definitely not as good as 2.0. I just can't remember his name now.
Evolution, I think?
Evolution, that was it, yeah. The problem with them also is they're mutually incompatible storylines.
Right. But the way I feel on it is, having played both, they focused so hard on making super pretty graphics, and the gameplay is just kinda
there.
It's like, hey, we made it beautiful, and that's all our budget. Enjoy. Meanwhile, Tron 2.0, which is, I think it's like 10 years old? Oh my god, it's almost 12 years old. I feel so old now. Wow.
And to surprise you, Kingdom Hearts celebrated its 10-year anniversary last year.
Yeah. I've got cousins who came out after some of my favorite games were released and are already having kids.
Many of my customers have come in after that time.
You're gonna have trouble with that.
Anyway,
Screen door, aren't you?
11, 12-year-old
Yeah.
game, right? The graphics are still stunning to this day. Because, well, not in the real world segments, obviously. They are dated as hell anytime you're looking at the real world. But that's the thing with...
I'm just going to interrupt you for a moment to demonstrate that.
Oh, we've already seen it.
We have?
Yeah, it happened like last episode, and you guys were talking.
Missed that then.
But yeah, now there are games that have been coming out lately, mostly by indie devs, which makes sense, where they do focus on the gameplay and making a super polished thing.
And we're going to hear a list of them next time. We'll see you guys soon.
Later, viewers.
Bye.